1923 Season 2 returns with another interesting episode. However, this one is much slower than the first. If this were a show with many more seasons, it would be one thing. However, 1923 Season 2 concludes the series, so I would have preferred a bit more intensity to begin the season. Aside from the story's speed, Episode 2 is another strong installment in what I consider to be one of creator Taylor Sheridan's most consistent series. The season premiere alerted us just how brutal winter may be in the 1923 world. The Western faces new challenges as the season progresses, as well as considerably more hazards than I could have predicted. Spencer's voyage to Montana continues, with Brandon Sklenor's character meeting a new companion, resulting in some unexpected occurrences in Episode 2. Alexandra confesses that she is pregnant, making her voyage to Montana even more risky. And Jacob and the rest of the Duttons back home contend with a mountain lion, while Donald Whitfield continues his machinations. As 1923 Season 1 continued, it became evident to me that Spencer Dutton would not return home by the end of the season. That was fine, because I expected him to arrive in Montana rather quickly in Season 2. However, in classic video game fashion, it appears that Sklenor's Western hero can't stop collecting side tasks. In 1923's favor, they are pretty interesting. This time, Spencer's journey home is disrupted by the Mafia, Italy's organized crime group. While I liked Spencer's new friend, Luca, the way he handled the betting during Spencer's battle indicated that he had a darker side. Episode 2 puts an end to any uncertainties about who his cousin is. It turns out he's a Mafia Don, and the villain dislikes Spencer's attitude, with Sklenor's character attempting to flee to his family rather than being drawn into whatever dirty operation he has planned for him. Spencer, on the other hand, is fighting the Mafia on his own, necessitating a compromise. I'm intrigued in how Sheridan continues to force Spencer into unanticipated circumstances and how he deals with them as they arise. At the very least, Spencer was able to send a message home. He seems to be coming closer, but not at the rate I would like. Nonetheless, the next installment of his Mafia story should be pretty entertaining. By the end of the episode, Spencer and Luca are charged with transporting his cousin's whiskey to Fort Worth, Texas. The fact that Spencer was given a gun indicates the danger that awaits them. While Spencer's tale remains an exciting lure, 1923 Episode 2 expanded on a few characters' plots, some of which piqued my interest. Banner Creighton, portrayed by Jerome Flynn, is one of the Western series' primary antagonists. In 1923's Season 2 debut, we got a more nuanced look at the character, which I liked because he had been more one-note in Season 1. Banner does not want his family to associate with Timothy Dalton's Whitfield, and by the end of the second episode, the character has expressed his fear of the guy who has changed his life. Banner turning on Whitfield later in Season 2 would make for an interesting story, but I believe the roots of his dread for this man will grow darker and have a negative impact on Flynn's character. Alexandra's trip is turbulent. It's interesting to watch her in an entirely different scenario. Used to a luxury lifestyle, we saw in Season 1 that, despite her fortitude and readiness to step outside of her comfort zone, Alex is not yet ready for a life of challenges, and her mode of transportation provides an interesting beginning to her adventure. When it comes to certain Dutton ladies being unaccustomed to a life of adversity, Elizabeth excellently exemplifies this back home. The Duttons have many of hurdles throughout the winter months. Aside from selling cattle and trying everything possible to keep the ranch, animal attacks have intensified, with Elizabeth being attacked by a wolf. The wolf reappears at the end of the episode, and Helen Mirren's Kara may not survive. Interestingly, Harrison Ford's Jacob is likewise in a difficult situation, as his decision to rush home with Zane's family during a snowfall leaves them trapped. The Duttons face increased risk in 1923 Season 2. I only hope the pacing concerns don't continue as the season approaches what should be a rewarding conclusion. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.